Well, thankfully, it's Friday. Today we take a look at Cream of Kentucky on the Whiskey Tank. Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiskey Tank. I'm Joe and happy Friday. Today we're going to look at a bottle that a friend of mine gifted me. My friend Jim brought this bottle over and he said, hey, I noticed you're doing some reviews on ryes. I said, as a matter of fact, Jim, I am on a Friday. He said, I got one for you I want you to take a look at. So we cracked this bottle and we tried it when he was over here, and I was kind of interested in it because I never tried this bottle before. The one I'm talking about right here, Cream of Kentucky. Very interesting bottle. But before we talk about this, let's talk about, if you subscribe to this channel, I am so grateful for you. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, I want to get the numbers up a little bit, get more eyes on the channel, more eyes on the videos, and it'll circulate a little bit more out there because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. So go ahead and like, share, and subscribe and do all those really cool things for me if you could. Now that we got that out of the way, why don't we talk about Cream of Kentucky? The Cream of Kentucky brand, with its roots tracing back to 1888, was revived in its modern form in 2018 by legendary Four Roses distiller Jim Rutledge. The brand has a history in both bourbon and rye, but the current bottled and Bond Rye expression is a recent development under Rutledge's guidance. The mash bill on this bottle currently uses a unique 100% rye mash bill, but it does feature some of that rye being malted. The bottled and Bond designation means that the whiskey is at least 4 years old and 100 proof. It's distilled, aged, and bottled in a single distillery during a single season under United States government supervision. Most of these bottles are 6 years old for the bottled and Bond, but they do have single barrel expressions that are aged from 7 to 7.5 years. So I went ahead and poured a glass earlier before starting the video, just to let it breathe for a little while in the glass. But this stuff is kind of interesting. It's a neat bottle. It's got some history to it, but the cool thing is he basically didn't bring in any of the legacy mash bills or anything. And Jim Rutledge just kind of went with his own thing. So kind of neat bottle. Let's talk about that brown spicy water that's in the glass. So upon looking at this, I mean, it's got a really nice dark color, especially for a 100 proofer. So it's not, you know, extremely old. At 6 years is what they say this the bottled and Bond Rye is. So that's not like super old, and it's not a super high proof. So the fact that they get that kind of color in this bottled and Bond Rye is pretty incredible. Let's talk about how this smells. The nose is thick, rich, molassesy, like just dark sugars. I mean, there's nothing light about this. There is no candied sugar with this. There's none of those ordinary vanillas and the stuff that you're getting off from bourbons. This is 100% not a bourbon. And that's probably because of the not having any influence of that corn. So with corn, a lot of times you'll get some sweetness off from it, but this doesn't have that. So it's not gonna have that bright, sugary corn liquor taste. It's gonna have more of those dark, rich sugars that you're going to get out of a rye expression, and then also with the addition of the malted rye in there, it's also going to add to some of that too. It's got almost a Scotch nose on it without any of the peat or the smoke. I'm not getting any oak, any real smoky char off from this, but I am getting dark fruits. So I'm getting raisins and plums out from this glass. And also what I'm getting, and maybe this is just my redneck from being from upstate New York coming through, but it's like a Red Man or a beech nut chew, like not like canned chew, not like Skoal or Copenhagen or Kodiak. I'm talking reach in there and grab the full leaves out of that beech nut or Red Man, pouch chew. That's definitely hitting me. You know, is that tobacco, that big tobacco punch. All right, let's see how this tastes. Cheers. The nose transfers to the palate. It's making my mouth water a little bit. There's raisin in there, there's plum in there, there's those dark fruits, there's molasses in there. There's no bright flavors in this at all for me. It's almost like Raisin Bran cereal. So there's like a little bit of that bran in there, and that's probably the grain coming through, that rye coming through. That's almost what it tastes like. It tastes like a sugary, like the sugary raisins in Raisin Bran. But there's a like a cereal grain in there is almost like what it tastes like. Really kind of cool flavor going on, especially, you know, again, I think this is a good rye for somebody to get into that doesn't like all those spearmints and mints and like that toothpaste flavor. You're not going to get any of that with this. I'm going to go in for another sip here real quick. I mean, this is kind of a cool rye. But there's like a little bit of black pepper in there too. There may be like even some cayenne pepper. I know, yeah, I get a little bit of that tongue tingle that you get from like that peppery spice. There's no ethanol to speak of. There's no alcohol burn with this. It's 100 proof, and I'm not trying to like be a proof snob or anything. That's not a super high proof. As you get into drinking whiskey, if you're new to the game, 100 proof seems like a lot. Trust me, the amount of flavor that you're getting off this is more than what you would think you would get off from a 100 proofer, but you don't get that burn that some of those cask strengths or barrel proofs are known for. It's really well blended. The nose transfers to the palate, and the palate transfers to the finish. It's that one just beautifully blended note that goes all the way through from tail to snout. Let's put it that way. It's a well blended rye. I mean, they did a really good job with this. It'll be interesting to see what they start making happen once they get their own distillate going. And if I'm misinformed on any of this information, please just let me know in the comments. Again, I'm not a professional with this. I'm going off from some stuff that I did a little bit of research on and some stuff I've talked to some friends about. As far as I know, this is all still source whiskeys. I know that they're looking at, I think it's Crestmont, Kentucky is where they're looking at maybe putting a distillery in, but I don't think that they have one yet. But they're definitely a master blender right here. I mean, this is just really well done. It's not super complex. It's not like you're going into it and you're gonna get different flavors with every sip. It's something that you're gonna notice, hey, this is different. I went in here, you know, a couple different drinks on it, and it was the same thing both times. That Raisin Bran sweetness, that tobacco nose is there, that molasses, those thick, dark flavors. It's just a well-blended rye. So I just want to say, Jim, thank you. I appreciate you donating this bottle of the Whiskey Tank. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope all of you enjoyed the review. I am shocked and amazed at how many people are following the channel already, but I want to keep this thing growing. I want to see how many subscribers we can get to just get more eyes on the channel. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I want to keep having that fun with you all. So thank you for coming along with me for the ride. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this glass on this Friday, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Cheers.